Lee Hawkins has been thinking about death for a long time. It's a conversation she's been having with family for decades, including with her late husband Roger, and it's one I've been having with her during weekly visits over the last 2 months. At 89, Lee needs a walker to get around and relies on helpers to take care of some daily tasks. Adamant that she doesn't want to leave her home at the Lathrop Communities in Northampton, she says she plans to end her own life before she loses the ability to live in the way she finds meaningful.
It's the kind of thing that I'd been thinking about for, it seems almost forever. The whole right side of my body just kind of collapsed. It wasn't a stroke. It's arthritis in the bottom half and, I forget, something else on the shoulder. When I couldn't comb my hair the way I wanted it to be anymore, when I couldn't drive anymore, and then when I found that I couldn't take a step any longer without using the walker. I am beginning to think it's really time to say, let's stop eating and drinking and face the fact that you really can't do a lot of the things that you've wanted to do.
First, she's getting her affairs in order, going through a lifetime's worth of papers, deciding what to pass on to her 3 children and what to throw away.
As we get really close to it, it gets much harder for the kids. Not so much for me, but much harder for the kids. I said something to Sue, who has been the most grateful. Her father-in-law died at Christmas time last. She said, "Oh, Mom, I'm so grateful to you for talking and thinking ahead about how you want to deal with this, because he only wants to get better. We pose any other option, and no, he doesn't want anyone living in his house. He wants to be able to cook and control his own life, and he really can't do that anymore."
Death and suicide can be taboo subjects, but Lee says it's better for families to talk about them openly.
One of my daughters had a boyfriend over for dinner, and somehow we slipped into this after death or before death and planning death. He said, "I've never been to a dinner before where they talk about death." I said, "Well, better now when nobody's dying than waiting until somebody is and having to face it."
For GazetteNet, I'm Laurie Loisel.